Greetings family, peace and love to you and yours. This is Guru and thanks for visiting my channel. Family, this video is about the Cleveland Police Union who will not hold flag in Browns game because of the protests. Looks like someone is sour. But what would we expect from the police union, right? The police union, they're comfortable with themselves killing unarmed people. They're comfortable with that. They're comfortable with their privilege of being able to treat unarmed black men and women in the fashion that they do. That's what these protests are about. That's what the kneeling is about. But no one wants to have that conversation. I'm not letting that narrative slip from this. Before I get into the article, we're going to talk about that for a minute, because that's what this is all about. Colin Kaepernick, he did start this. He started the focus on it. It wasn't like Colin Kaepernick was the only conscious man in the world to think of this. We've always been thinking about this, but Colin Kaepernick brought attention to it. Why? Because the white media, I'll repeat that, the white media has made a focus of why Colin Kaepernick was kneeling in the first place, which then brought the attention as to what it was all about. They could have left things alone, but they decided to probe into the reasons as to Colin Kaepernick's actions. It was a silent action at that. He was only kneeling during the anthem, but because white people are so stuck behind the principle of the national anthem, they're so stuck behind the materialism of a flag with colors on it, they're so stuck on these ideas that they can't see past the issue of police actually killing unarmed black men, women, children, and sometimes senior citizens. This has gone on far too long. And again, the whole part of this whole protest has been focused on just the act of kneeling and just the whole national anthem protest. It's not on the black lives that matter. It's not on the bad behavior of these police officers who have killed unarmed black men, women, children, and sometimes our seniors. Yeah, that's what the focus is about. And that's what I'm making this focus about. You're not going to get away with always just talking about, oh, these black people, they're kneeling. Yeah, it's called a protest. A non-violent protest at that. You know, the same kind that you always suggest for black people to do, you know, just so you're not inconvenienced. And so, when we do that, then you have a problem with that too. And instead of focusing on that principle, you instead, and I mean you, white media, you instead try to put the focus on the act of kneeling, and that's it. Well, that's not what this is about. And you're not going to get away with that narrative. This is about bad police officers killing unarmed black men, women, children, and our seniors. That's what this is about. And it's about time white players got in on this too, to show your support. You should have been doing that from the gate. As a matter of fact, had you done that from the gate, we wouldn't even be talking about a boycott or a supposed or an alleged boycott or blackball rather of Colin Kaepernick. We wouldn't even be having that conversation. But I digress. I'm going to go into this story. Yeah, I took 4 minutes and 45 seconds to talk about the real issue here, because that's what deserves to be talked about. And if you come in my comment section, that's what you need to be talking about. If you're not talking about the police brutality and police killings of unarmed black men, women, children, and our seniors, don't even try it. Period. So I gotta tell you, family, when I first came across this article today, I looked at the headline here, and as you can see, it says, "Ignorant Browns protest draws police union's ear." Now, and then in the caption it says, "It just defies logic." I'm gonna go into that, but again, this is where they try to change the narrative of what this is really about. And so here it is, the police union has the nerve, the gall, to even say that this is ignorant. No, what's ignorant is you, police union, for not having the foresight and the fortitude and the balls to stand up for what's right. We're going to go into this article. So, family, the Cleveland Browns made national news recently when a dozen members of the team kneeled during the national anthem, the largest such protest to date in the NFL. In response, Cleveland's police union has said its officers will not hold the American flag during the anthem prior to Browns games. Well, guess what? Just leave it alone then. We don't need you there then. Because after all, you are part of the problem, police union. Yeah, you're part of the problem. You are part of this problem of why these men are doing what they're doing, and you don't want to face those facts. This video here, I'm going to let you know exactly what the problem is. It's you, police union. Yep, it's you. You are the one that's ignorant. It's people like you that are ignorant. If that's all you're thinking about is this flag and the national anthem, and you can care less about black lives that are being lost and murdered in the streets, F you. We don't care whether you hold a damn flag. Get the hell away. We don't need you. You're a part of the problem. Anyways, NFL players have offered various rationales for kneeling during the national anthem, from systemic injustice to specific critiques of police behavior. Now that is a fact. However, virtually all players who have spoken on their motives have stressed that they do so out of the hope to improve the country that they love. Do you hear this? They're doing it because they want to improve the country that we love. We're trying to make America great. You know, that slogan that Donald Trump has used during his campaign? That's exactly what this is about. If you're not paying attention, you're stuck on stupid. Well, the rationale didn't fly with Cleveland's police union. Quote, "It's just ignorant for someone to kneel," Cleveland Police Patrolmen's Association President Steve Loomis told Cleveland.com. "It just defies logic to me." Well, that's because you're not operating on logic. If you were operating on logic, you would say, these black men are actually kneeling because they're tired of the police killing other black men, women, children, and seniors. That's what you would be saying. But instead, you're more concerned about the flag, a material object, and a freaking anthem. It just makes me sick. It makes me gnash my teeth. So, during the Browns' initial protest prior to August 21st game against the New York Giants, the team issued a statement that tried to straddle the line between respecting the players' opinion while stressing that the opinion wasn't universal among the entire team. Well, of course, it's not going to be, because there are some black people who don't even believe in this. Yes, they would rather support the flag, and they would rather support the national anthem. And as far as other black people being killed, well, they're not that concerned, because after all, it's not affecting them personally, or perhaps it hasn't hit any of their family members. So their concern and their understanding is late. It's retarded. And I don't mean retarded in a dumb way. I mean retarded being late. Anyways, it goes on to say, quote, as an organization, we have a profound respect for our country's national anthem, flag, and the servicemen and servicewomen in the United States and abroad, the Browns said. Quote, we feel it's important for our team to join in this great tradition and special moment of recognition. At the same time, we also respect the great liberties afforded by our country, including the freedom of personal expression. Isn't that right? Because that is an American freedom. And of course, the team reiterated that stance after players locked arms during the anthem prior to the Chicago Bears preseason game on August 31st. Well, the Browns vice president, Sashi Brown, told Cleveland.com, quote, these are guys that mean well. We really push our guys to be active and conscious about the communities they live in and what goes on around them that might be even larger than football. This is larger than football. They do that, and we support them. We respect their efforts to use their platform to make some changes and express themselves. And I think for all those guys that knelt initially and then last week decided to stand, I won't get into why they made that decision. I think they're going about it in a very reasonable, responsible, and thoughtful way. I'm actually proud of them, unquote. Well, Loomis called the approach hypocritical, adding that the anthem is, quote, the very representation of what we stand for. That's why we aren't going to hold the flag. Well, again, don't hold it. That flag has a lot of blood, sweat, and tears on it. Don't hold it. But it's important to note that the Cleveland Police Department is not protesting or boycotting the Browns. This is the officers' union. Cleveland police stress that they are still committed to fulfilling their duties at Browns games. Quote, the union does not speak for the division. Police Department Public Information Officer Jennifer Siashi told the Division of Police is in no way boycotting the Browns nor denying participation in events with our officers. So family, I'm going to end this off here because I think I made my point very clear the first 5 minutes of this video, what this was truly about. And it's about police brutality and the killing of unarmed black men, women, children, and seniors. With that said, I'm going to end this off. We don't care if the police union don't hold the flag during the anthem. Good for you. Good riddance. We don't need you anyway. The regular police department, they'll be doing their job as they're paid to. So good riddance, police union. You're part of the problem. Goodbye.